All right. Hey, everyone. So welcome to Debunking Essential Oil Myths. My name is Amanda Fogel. I am an executive rank with Young Living, and I'm really excited to share with you all tonight's class. I have a couple of slides that I put together just to go over with everyone. So we're going to go ahead and pull those up now to share them. So again, the name of tonight's class, the theme is oily mist, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to bust them. We're going to debunk them. Going over to the next slide. The first thing that I want to go over for tonight's class is the seed to seal standard for Young Living. So when we are debunking these essential oil myths, we are going based off of Young Living essential oils only. This is not going over any other brand other than Young Living essential oils. The reason being is because the seed to seal quality commitment from Young Living goes over the 3 S's. That is sourcing, science, and standards. Basically meaning that the quality of these oils starts when the seeds are planted. So based off of the soil that they're planted in, the location that these fields are located in, and where they're distilled. So because of this seed to seal standard, they're less likely to be exposed to any pollutants in the air. There are no additives. And the most important thing is that there are no fillers. These are strictly plant-based. These are oils straight from the plant. There's nothing added in. So again, when we are debunking these myths, it is based off of Young Living essential oils only. And so we're going to go ahead and dive into our first myth, which is a big question that we get all the time and that we hear all the time is, I heard I cannot use my essential oils. I can't use any of them on or around my pets. Now, with this one, it is pretty much, I read on the internet, my brother's sister's cousin told me that I can't use essential oils on my pets. And there is some truth to it, but we're going to go ahead and debunk that now. Reason being is because Young Living has its own line specifically made for our pets. And these are oils that are blended together. So these are everyday oils that you and I could use from Young Living that are blended together, specifically made for our pets. And it is these oils listed here that are included in what is called the Animal Sense line. And the first one is the Pure Clean. I actually just got this one for my dog. And how I use it is I just put 1 to 2 drops in her water bowl, and it helps promote that healthy digestion for her. So if she's having any tummy issues, I add that 1 to 2 drops, and the next time I take her outside, she's ready to go. You could also take this and rub it on your pet's tummy to help them as well. The next one is Infect Away. And the thing that you'll notice with some of these names is it helps assist you with what they're used for. So Infect Away supports that healthy skin barrier to fight that word, infections. How you could use this is you could actually take 8 to 10 drops of the Infect Away, mix it in a 1 ounce a spray bottle with distilled water, and spray that that affected area. The next one is Repel Aroma. It's going to go ahead and it's that natural bug repellent. With this one, something fun that I would like to do with it is take just 1 to 2 drops or a few drops in your hand and just pet your dog, pet your cat, pet your pet. And you're giving them that extra love, you're giving them those pets, and at the same time, you are helping assist fight off those nasty bugs that might want to come and bite them. Next one is TOA. So this is a very interesting one because I like to think of it as T as thunderstorm. So if your pet is anything like mine, my dog is terrified of thunderstorms. She hates thunder. Her and my daughter are thunder buddies. And TOA helps them with that emotional support to really calm them down when it comes to the thunder. Or next week, or actually probably in a couple of days, we have the 4th of July coming up. So what comes with the 4th of July? Fireworks. So fireworks are loud just like thunder. So TOA could really come in handy to just really just put a few drops in your hand, let them smell your hands, and it really, really helps them with that emotional support. Now, before I jump into the next one, I don't have TOA. Something else that I use instead, though, is peace and calming with my dog to help her when it comes to those thunderstorms. The final one that is a part of this collection is the mend well. Think of mending. So promoting and maintaining just that healing process. So if they have a boo-boo, this is gonna help your pet out. You're gonna take 1 or 2 drops and just place it in that affected area. And then of course, when it comes to any product that you are using, there are going to be basic guidelines that we should go ahead and follow. And just like when you try out a new diet or anything like that, you're gonna have basic guidelines that you're gonna wanna follow. And these are the basic guidelines that come along with using essential oils with your pets. I'm not gonna read through all of them. I'll just, if you wanna take a picture of this slide so you have it, these are, I'm just gonna read a couple of them. So you don't want, the most important thing is you don't want to use any of the oils on or around an animal that is under 8 weeks old, because they are still in that rapid development phase and you don't want to interrupt any of that development that they're going through. Another really important thing is making sure that you're diluting the oils. And this is actually a basic guideline for anyone. If you're using oils on yourself or you're using oils, I might be skipping ahead, but if you're using oils on your child, you want to make sure that you're properly diluting the oils to make sure that you're using them correctly. There is a list here of oils that you may want to avoid when it comes to your pet. Some of them are oregano, wintergreen, clove, and there are a couple more of them listed there. But those are ones that Young Living does suggest that you go ahead and avoid using on or around your pet. And then, of course, you want to be cautious with certain citrus oils around cats, which is another guideline that Young Living has listed on their website as well. Moving forward to myth number 2. So it might seem scary, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first started using oils, I thought people were absolutely bonkers for ingesting oils. Now, there are some really good benefits when it comes to ingesting oils. So myth number 2, you cannot ingest oils. We are gonna debunk that right here and now, because Young Living has what's called their Vitality line. So there are over 25 oils that are a part of the Young Living Vitality line. These are FDA approved, and the reason why is because you'll notice that white label that the Vitality line comes in. Now, when it comes to the white label and the solid colored labels, lemon is lemon, lemon Vitality and lemon, they are the same oil. But in order to have the FDA's approval, Young Living went ahead and put the white labels to make that Vitality line. Vitality line are ingestible oils. These are oils that you could, and we'll skip over to the next slide. So with the Vitality line, there's different ways that you could go ahead and take oils internally. The first one is in veggie capsules. So you could add a couple of them. If you don't really like the taste of the oils, you can put them in a veggie capsule, take it with water. You can mix a couple of oils or take a couple of capsules depending on the outcome that you're looking for. The next one is kind of fun because you can experiment. So cooking with Vitality oils. I've actually done this as well. I've added a couple of drops of oregano Vitality oil to my chicken just to spice up my cooking. And a nice little tip is you don't have to worry about your Vitality oil expiring and going bad as it sits on the shelf. Whereas I have thrown away plenty of spices because they just sat there on my shelf, and then when I decided to use them, they were expired and I couldn't use them. Finally, the last 2 ways that I like to use the Vitality oils is placing them in my water and my coffee. So I don't know if any of you are Starbucks lovers, but if you want to save a couple of dollars and not spend $8 on a Starbucks peppermint mocha, make a cup of coffee at home and add 1 to 2 drops of peppermint Vitality into your coffee. It tastes the same. It tastes identical, and you save a ton of money because you're not spending that money on that Starbucks name. And then something else that I do in the morning is, if anybody loves Fruity Pebbles, I loved Fruity Pebbles growing up, even though it's not that great for you, but I loved Fruity Pebbles growing up. And I have found that lemon and grapefruit mixed together in your water does taste like Fruity Pebbles. And while you're ingesting those oils, that lemon is helping you detox. And the grapefruit is helping you with your metabolism and your weight. So key things to keep in mind, those benefits when it comes to ingesting the oils. Definite skin support, pain support, gut support, and then again, the healthy digestion. And it can also help with detoxing as well. Myth number 3 is don't use essential oils on your babies or children. I was also very hesitant on this as well, because our babies are our babies. They're our number one concern. But here is the thing. You guessed it, Young Living also has Kids Sense oils as well, which is their kids line. And with this, there are a few oils that are a part of this line. The first one is Genius. We actually used this oil quite often last year when virtual school was a very big thing. It really helps your kids with focusing and working on their schoolwork or their homework. And you can just rub it on their wrist. You can put it on a diffuser bracelet, or even diffuse it if they are homeschooling. Next is Owie. Now, this one is not just for the kids. It is for any boo-boos that your kids might get or you might get. So if you or your child has a boo-boo, grab Owie, place 1 or 2 drops or roll it on, and you're good to go, because it'll go ahead and assist you with those boo-boos in that healing process. And this is, you'll notice again, the names of each of these oils is going to help you figure out what they're for. And so Sleepy Eyes is going to help your child get the best night's sleep possible. Sniffle Ease, going to help them when they're not feeling their greatest. And Tummy Jize for those tummy aches when they are leaving a birthday party or after Halloween when they eat too much candy and they might have that tummy ache. All of these are really good for your children because they are pre-diluted, meaning that they come diluted so that you don't have to figure out how much of a carrier oil you need to put in a roller bottle, how many drops to put in, because the Kids Sense oils come pre-diluted and ready to go on your babies and your kids. Some tips and tricks for using the Kids Sense oils, or just oils in general with your children, is start slow. And that's the rule of thumb with anyone that is starting oils, is start slow. Spot test it on your skin just to see how you react. And again, that's with any new product that you're using. You're going to want to spot test it, and you're going to want to start slow. Next, I suggest everybody put a diffuser in your child's room. Reason being is because you can put that Sleepy Eyes into the diffuser as well. You can diffuse it. It's gonna, again, help them get that good night's sleep. Teach them that routine. Teach them how to use their oils, because if you're teaching your child how to place a couple of drops in their diffuser at night, so put Sleepy Eyes in the diffuser at night, add some water, put the diffuser on, select a sound or the light that they want to use, they're going to get into that routine of using their oils. Start them young, because you can also create just these memories for them as well with your children of you doing these activities together, you putting the oils on them before they go to bed, you both putting the oils in the diffuser together. You're creating memories, you're creating very good behaviors for them as they're young, so that as they continue to grow up in their lives, they're going to know how to use these products in the future as well. And you're setting them on a really good track of being healthy and having healthier lifestyles. You'll also notice that on this slide, take a picture of this as well. It is the dilution chart. So you don't have to only use the Kids Sense on your children. You could also use other oils on them as well. I'll be honest, when I first started out, my daughter didn't use Sleepy Eyes. She used lavender, and we diluted it for her. That way she could get a good night's sleep. Also with my daughter for respiratory support, we used Raven on her to help her with that, but we diluted it in a roller in order for her to use it on herself rather than just putting the oil right on her. There are, again, also suggestions of oils not to use on your babes, and those come from Idaho tansy to blue tansy, sage, wintergreen, eucalyptus. These are just, again, guidelines on what Young Living has suggested not to use on your kids or your babies. Last but not least, myth number 4, the absolute biggest myth out there: essential oils don't work. And here's the thing, if you're not using oils, they're not gonna work. If you're not consistent with your oils, they aren't going to work. And so next, we're gonna go over just a couple of testimonies that some individuals here in this class have sent over to just prove that these do work. So each testimony has just a title on the top as to what the main thing was that it helped with. So it covers migraines. There's one right there for labor. I know a couple of individuals that are tuning in are pregnant. So there were a couple. There's an individual that has used essential oils to help them through labor pains. There have been ear infections as well as hair growth. Yes, ladies, I know all of us love beautiful, long growing hair, healthy hair. Cedarwood is good for that one. Sunburn, I know this was actually one of the first things I used. I used the peppermint and the lavender when I got a really bad sunburn last year when I first started. And that was actually one of my very first testimonies. And that's not even my testimony that's on there. But when I went out in the sun last year, my first big aha moment was when I used lavender and peppermint on my sunburn, and it helped with the pain, it helped with the healing process. And this proves it right here that these oils, they absolutely work. But the biggest thing that I will say again is that these are regarding Young Living essential oils because of that seed to seal standard. So those are all of the myths that we have tonight, but how to get started. So if you are already into essential oils and you're interested in actually getting started with Young Living, definitely reach out to the individual that either shared or invited you to this class tonight. There are quite a few different bundles that you can get started with. One of those bundles is, in fact, the Kid Sense Little Oiler Starter Bundle. And with that one, it even comes with a diffuser so that you can get that, become a member with Young Living, and just get started with using your oils on your babe. If you're interested in starting with either Vitality oils or the Pet Sense or the Animal Sense oils, you could go ahead and start with that basic starter bundle, add on any oils that you want, and get that membership where you can start getting those wholesale prices with Young Living. That is all we have tonight. So we're going to go ahead and say good night to everybody on Facebook, and we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit